Our CES 2019 coverage is brought to you by the D-Brand Grip Super Grippy Case and D-Brand's Prism Screen Protectors. We're here in the Asus ROG Components Suite, which also clearly is not fully set up yet, but we found some really cool stuff in here. So they've got this demo system that's not running yet. Oh my God, that's heavy. I am not gonna mess with that too much, but it's clearly water cooled. It's clearly got a motherboard that we have never seen in person before. Oh, let's just open it up. Look at that. So this is their Dominus Extreme. I'll show you that in a little bit more detail later. And they've got the first ever water cooled video card that doesn't have like an external radiator with tubing to it that you gotta like put over here. Anyway, that system's not actually running yet, but that doesn't matter because I've got the key components over here. So this, I was actually thinking of doing a dedicated video called Intel, Your Desperation is Showing, or something like that. This is gonna run their upcoming 28 core overclockable CPU, but the reason we didn't end up doing a dedicated video, even though this thing is nuts, look at this. 4 8-pin CPU power connectors, 3 PCI Express power connectors, and 2 24-pin connectors. Like the entire top of the board is just VRM. This entire thing is just power delivery. The reason we didn't end up doing a video is because we don't really know anything about it. 6-channel memory, yeah, just like the Xeon Platinums. 4 PCI Express slots. We don't know pricing of the board. We don't know pricing of the CPU. We don't know what realistic overclocking results are. Intel showed 5 gigahertz, but that was on like very, very chilled liquid. So it just, it's kind of like it's like a showpiece right now. It's all it really is. But now I'm not gonna help Asus with too much of their booth setup here, but I did find this power brick that is trailing out the back of this thing that wasn't plugged in. That seems to fire up the fans on the card. And there's a USB cable back here that I'm gonna go ahead and plug into my, my portable power battery bank. Hey, look at that. See, I'm helping. I am helping. I mean, I'm not gonna leave my battery bank here, but that's not the point. Also, I'm gonna unplug this because guess what I got? I got my toolkit. So we're gonna have a look at what exactly a water-cooled graphics card like this is. Oh man, hopefully this even like can be pulled off because I've sort of committed to it now.
You just wait? We wait for Nick to get back?
No, it's fine, guys. Chill. I'm not gonna break it. Jeez. Nah, it's fine. Look, if they didn't want a bull running around in their China shop, they shouldn't have had him on the guest list, okay? So the crazy thing about this is that from the front, from the bottom, from the back, from the side, everything about it looks fairly normal to the uninitiated. And you know, even to the fairly initiated, I would say. So I think this shiny piece here has to come off. Yeah, okay, I thought there might be a screw under there. I no longer believe that there's a screw under there. Anyway, one hint as to what we're about to see though is this. So that is like more of a a water block style cold plate down there. And then it appears as though they're using the same kind of pump and water block combo unit that we've seen in AIO coolers. And then if we look closely, instead of just heat pipes running to aluminum fins, we've got a radiator here. It's just bolted to the front of the card. Now, I want to get a better look at it, but I'm having a really hard time figuring out where the additional screws are. You know what? I'm doubling down. I'm doubling down on my the screws are under here theory.
They have more than one of these here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know if they have another one to put back on their little demo stand though. I mean, this adhesive seemed to go back on pretty well. I just want to see the radiator.
I tried to stop it. I did all I could.
Okay. So there were 3 screws on the bottom. We got those up.
I haven't taken it apart, so.
You haven't taken it apart. So you're okay. So it
I
seems.
thought you wanted more Dominus info.
No, I'm good. Okay. So it seems like there's something holding it over here.
Yeah, Gary mentioned you wanted to take it apart.
Something along here. I just want to be able to show the radiator and the block, like kind of show how it goes together. This adhesive, I've had it up and down once already. It seems to be holding together pretty well. In case you were curious. You know what? I think I might know what's going on here. I think I might not have the right screwdriver for this. There's 3 screws that are just barely accessible through the back here.
Yeah.
And this is all I have. And I can't get to them. You know?
This is the iFixit kit?
Yeah, I even thought about grabbing my like more traditional jeweler screwdrivers, but they look so much like a weapon, I didn't want to put them in my luggage. I am
Those look like the right screws though.
Really annoyed. Yeah, so I can put this plate back on. Oh, that sucks.
Oh, sorry, no. Sorry.
Whoa, whoa, hold on a sec. Okay, no, I was just putting the card back together. I had given up. I found the screws. So they're back there, but I left my like traditional jeweler's screwdrivers at home. But then this was sitting down here, and it was like, that kind of looks like a toolkit, but why does it have this on it? Apparently, to make sure that no one will open it, because that's exactly what I need. Okay, so let's try this. All right. This is gonna be really, really hard to put back together. I legitimately don't know if I'm going to be able to put these screws back in. But they're already out now, so since the ship has sailed, we might as well just proceed.
Oh boy.
Like if you're already going to hell, you know, why stop? I think I got it. There we go. Those 3 screws released this. Nice. Okay, where's my screwdriver? Get off there. Off she goes. There it is. So that is how they're doing it. And I'm glad that I got this popped off because there's already at least one thing that I got wrong here. So I was telling you guys that it looked like they had used a pump CPU block combo here, but what they've actually done is they've used this extremely compact pump right here. So this allows Asus to avoid any issues with the Asetek patent that prevents third parties from using unlicensed block pump combo units, and it still manages to be small enough to install directly on top of a graphics card. Now, in terms of the cooling capacity here, crazily enough, they actually haven't compromised much there. So as far as I can tell, this plate right here is just a protective piece. So naturally we'll be removing it. No, it looks like I'm not gonna be able to get that off that easily. So this is a protective piece for the tubing. There's no reservoir. So just like a typical closed loop cooler, it's just pre-filled at the factory and then it, wait, what? Now hold on a minute. Maybe you can help me with this. So we've got the inlet on the pump. Then we've got the outlet right here going to the GPU block. Yeah. Power comes off the board right here. This is a super small pump, by the way. Yeah. Then, so we've got our cold plate down there, which presumably is covering both the GPU and the HBM memory modules. Is that correct?
I don't know that for a fact.
I mean, I can't imagine
The VGA guy here.
that they didn't do that. I don't see
so.
anything else down here.
It looks big enough to where it would be.
Yeah, it's hard to go any further than this, unfortunately, you guys. We've got VRM over here, which is handled just with downdraft cooling from the fans up here. And then this is weird. See this here? So unlike a normal radiator, there's kind of the end tank is in the middle. And I don't know how the flow path works, but out from the GPU block comes in the underside right here. On a normal radiator, it goes in the one side on the end tank, down, then you have a smaller end tank on the other end, it goes over and then through these thin tubes right here. But it's coming right up here and then it's coming out here. So I can only imagine that they've done some kind of routing. You know what? I think I know what they did. I think this is how it works. So it goes in the bottom here, and then there's a divider here. It fills this tank, goes over here, through the skinny end tank, and then out here. Then it's a parallel flow path. I think it goes in here, down this side of this one, through this skinny end tank, and then up here, and then the cooled water comes together, back through the pump, over to the GPU again. Now I don't have verification of this, but I can't imagine that it would work any other way, because it couldn't just go straight from here to here. You wouldn't get any cooling out of it. That is something I did not expect to see here. So while I put this back together, let's talk about what kind of performance you could expect from a 2080 Ti that is water cooled. Well, a lot, but maybe not quite as much as you'd hope. Because of the way that NVIDIA has restricted their partners' abilities to overvolt their GPUs, you're probably only looking at a couple % faster than a well air-cooled 2080 Ti. Now with that said, what Asus claims is that like other liquid-cooled graphics cards, which have existed in the past, but with a separate radiator, this one will run much cooler, and that'll mean that the card will be able to maintain its maximum power state more consistently and more stably. And another thing to consider is that while many benchmarkers run their tests in a room temperature room, your room might not be that temperature. So if you're from somewhere that's particularly hot or you don't have air conditioning or whatever the case may be, then something like this might be necessary in order to get the maximum performance out of your card. This was stressful. And there we go. The card is reassembled. All that remains is to, oh wow, the box that was being used as a stand for this one's pretty beat up. Hopefully they have another plan for that. All that remains is to see if their demo still works. Yeah, hey. Do the fans still spin? Hey! And we're done. So thanks to Asus for being really good sports about all of this. And thanks to you guys for watching, and thanks to dbrand for sponsoring us here at CES 2019. Their dbrand grip cases, which I will be doing plenty of drop tests with, are super grippy, they're impact resistant, and they're built with the same precision you'd expect from dbrand, with nice accurate cutouts for your camera, your touch sensor, anything else you might have, like say for example a headphone jack or stylus. Did I just break my stylus? The stylus popped out. Oh, nope, never mind. Still good. That's good. And they've got super clicky buttons. But the really new thing is their Prism screen protectors. When they told me the demo I'd be doing with this thing, I thought they were freaking nuts. Not only did they have me hammer a nail into a piece of wood using the screen of a phone, only to have it not damaged, they had me hit the front of the screen with the hammer to demonstrate just how impact resistant it is. And it comes with this really cool little piece that goes into the bottom of your phone and helps you align it perfectly every time. So check out the dbrand Grip and dbrand Prism in the link below to cover your phone 360 degrees for damage protection.